All right, we are live from the internet. Today we're going to be talking about how to create our first smart contract on top of the pulsechain testnet blockchain. The pulsechain is a new layer 1 blockchain that's going to be coming soon. Could launch in the next month or two or three, not sure exactly when. They'll have it announced here on pulsechain.com whenever that is. I'm going to work through a couple of resources here today, show you how to use them. The first one is Reddit subreddit PulseDev. That's got a lot of information on here that's really helpful through us. We're also going to be using gitlab.com/pulsechain.com, and that's got some information here for you as well. Then we're going to be going to the free testnet faucet to get some free test pulse. And finally, we're going to be using the Remix IDE so you can deploy smart contracts straight from your web browser to the blockchain. So starting off over here, first thing we got to do, we're going to have to set up our wallet with pulsechain. So if you have already done this before, you don't have to worry about it. Now I've already done it, so let me just show you what you would do if you haven't done it, okay? Here's what you're going to do. You got to find the settings. Now the settings are two places. If you go to PulseDev, the subreddit, you can see they're right here. How to set up pulsechain testnet on MetaMask. If not, if you go to the GitLab or gitlabsite.com/pulsechain.com, you go under the pulsechain testnet and you scroll down and there's all the settings right here. So we're going to use these settings and we're going to put them in. Now I've already put them in, so it'll look a little bit different for you. What you're going to do, if you've never put them in, you're going to scroll all the way down here and you're going to click on Custom RPC. And now I've already put them in, so I'm going to click right here. All these settings will be blank for you if you haven't done this before. But when I go to let's go here. You're going to go to Custom RPC and you're going to put in all this information right here. So it's right here. You just put this in like this. Oops. Pulse chain testnet. The RPC URL is https://rpc.testnet.pulsechain.com. Oops. Now mine's giving an error because I've already set it up, but for the first time you need to go ahead and do this. Chain ID is 940. That's going to be different when the full pulse chain is launched, but for now we're using the testnet, which is 940. The currency symbol for testpulse is TPLS. Blockchain Explorer, it's going to be scan.pulsechain.com. Now you're going to save it. Mine's already in here, so I don't have to. I've already got one test pulse in here right now. But what I need to do is I need to add some more test pulse. And if you don't have any, you're going to have to do this too. So here you go. Just go to faucet.testpulse.pulsechain.com. Make sure you're logged in on the right one. So you got to be on pulsechain testnet and whatever account you want on here. So mine's right here. I'm going to go ahead and copy that. It looks like it already received it. It's right there. So I'm going to hit request. Bada boom. Looks like it sent me another test pulse. Let's see if it shows up. It might take a minute or something here. Let's see. Shouldn't take too long. We'll check it out. We'll see if it comes back here in a second. We'll see where it comes. Okay, so now we're at the remix of Ethereum.org website. You might be wondering why are we not using an Ethereum tool, and the reason is that pulsechain or the pulsechain testnet can use all the same tools as Ethereum. You can deploy the same smart contracts. You can basically use the same thing. So what we're going to do is go down to this contracts folder, make a new folder or new file. We're going to call this one. Let's call it pulse token. And then .sol, which means we're using the solidity programming language. Go right here. You can type all this in by hand. What I prefer to do is just copy and paste it. I'll give you the text below. But basically, we're going to paste in this contract right here. You can see we're using the MIT license, which means you can do just about anything with this. We're using Solidity version 0.8.2. It's important to make note of that when you're going to compile your contracts. And then down here we've got a contract for MyToken, an ERC20 token. We're not going to make MyToken. We're going to make something more interesting. We're gonna make Orcish Dime today. And then that's an ERC20 token, and is burnable. We're gonna call the name again down here. It's gonna be Orcish Dime. And then the symbol for that will be ORCD. Okay, now this is going to create 50,000 Orcish Dime. Why don't we go ahead and make that a cool 5 million? And let's see here. Everything here looks good. Let's check if it's compiling. If it's compiling good, we're using the 8.2 compiler. If you've got a different one up here, you need to make sure it's on 8.2. And then we want to go down here. For the environment, you might default to JavaScript on the London chain. You're not going to use that. We're going to use injected web 3, which is going to have to be selected by your metamask up here. Now, if it does it correctly, you're going to see over here that you've got the right number of test pulse in there, and we did have the right number come through earlier. We got some test pulse from the faucet. But if we look over here, it's on custom 940 network, which is the pulsechain testnet blockchain. Now we go on down here and we'll go ahead and we should be ready to deploy this. If everything goes correctly, we should get a pop-up. And oops, you got to be on the right contract. So the contract here is pulse token. And we want to hit deploy. Hopefully we'll get a pop-up. There's our pop-up. So you can see there's a gas fee in there, 0.004, and some chain test pulse. Let's go ahead and confirm that. And when the block gets mined, it should go ahead and create the Orcish Dime. There it goes. You see the block was mined. So now what you want to do, if you just want to verify that it's in there, you can go ahead and take a look at your wallet here. Yeah, I don't see everything coming through yet. Still going. Should have some tokens show up here in a second. So you want to put the contract in here, the right token. So let's go find the right token number. You can rerun it again. It might give us an error this time. Okay, so our contract's been deployed. You can burn an amount. You can transfer it. You can transfer it from. You can transfer the ownership of the file of the contract. You can see what the balance is. A lot of different things you can do here. See how many decimals. 18 decimals looks like. It's the name of the contract, Orcish Dime. Who's the owner? There's the owner. What's the symbol? ORC. What's the total supply? It's a big number there. I think that's 5 million with a bunch of decimals after it. Okay. So as you can see, that's how you would go ahead and make a token there on the pulsechain testnet, pulsechain testnet, and that's how you would deploy it. Okay, just let you know, I decided to check back in here and just let you know that the Orcish Dime did show up. There it is, just under 5 million Orcish Dime, because we went ahead and sent something to a different account a second ago. So I'll show you how this works. You can see what we're going to do is send, that's 5 million minus a little bit. We'll go ahead and send 100,000 to a different network. Let's put it in there. We're going to put in the network of where it's going to, and we're going to put in 100,000 ORCD. So there it goes. Bada boom, bada bing. And hopefully in a second here, when that block gets mined, it's going to show up in the other wallet there. So that's showing there as pending, and it's thinking about it. The blockchain is going. Okay, and there you go. You saw it. It dropped down by 100,000. We take a look in the other wallet we've got here. We should have in there. Well, that'll probably take a second to show up. But you saw it leave. You guys know it works. So I'll show you one more time. This time we'll send $1 million. Not testpulse. We'll send $1 million ORT. Oh, we'll send 2 million. Go ahead and confirm that. It's going to try to send it. Okay, so while we're waiting, guys, there it is. Make your first smart contract on the pulsechain testnet network using a remix and the metamask wallet. And there it is. It's gone down by another 2 million. So it's gone off successfully. All right, guys, check back quite often on pulsechain.com, on Reddit/r/pulsedev. Again, you can get the code in gitlab.com/pulsechaincom. You can go to the testnet faucet, and you can use the remix editor to deploy those contracts. You guys have a great night, and we'll see you soon.